Okay, I want to do a quick review of the Beartooth 80. I purchased this a couple months back. I didn't want to put out a quick review. I wanted to take some time, hike some with the pack on, see how it felt, sort of kick the tires, and give you my impressions of it. Again, this wasn't out last season for me, so I didn't get the chance to hunt or hike with it in the Elk Mountains, but nonetheless I did a couple hiking trips here in Maryland, did an early season turkey hunt up in the mountains just to get a feel. As you can hear, the cicadas are cranking. It's the middle of summer here. But nonetheless, hopefully you'll find this helpful if you're trying to make a decision on a pack to go with this fall. Couple of pros, couple of cons of this pack. I'll give it to you straight and skinny. Not sponsored by anybody, nor am I looking to be. I'll take a like and subscribe as a thanks. But anyway, just wanted to give you my 2 cents worth because I appreciate the other reviews people put out there. Overall, I really like this pack. It's a very good pack. I thought about upgrading because I used to carry a smaller day pack from Cabela's, the Cabela's Elite Scout pack, which I really like. But the problem is, if you're back in a ways and you shoot an elk, that pack is not really going to double as a frame pack or a meat hauler. So I need something that could do both. And the nice part about this pack, in terms, it can do both. It can be a meat hauler, it can carry a lot of gear, but at the same time, you can see all these straps on there. It can cinch down into a small day pack that I feel comfortable hunting with. You know, where I can carry a 15 to 20 pound day load of water and just whatever, you know, gutting kit and food I need for the day, or just a little accessories and fire making kit or something like that. So again, getting into the pros, the main thing I like about this, the Beartooth 80 by Mystery Ranch, is it's very comfortable, and that was probably the top parameter that I was looking for. It really does a great job of distributing the weight on my hips. I've hiked with it with a 55-pound dumbbell and like sleeping bag and some other gear in there, and it felt fine. It really put the weight on my hips well, which was quite important to me because I've hauled out elk in the past and the frame pack just didn't sit right and it strained my back kind of thing. But I feel with this one I could have no problem putting quickly converting it to the frame pack if I got elk down in the country, quartering it up and taking some out with me. So that's one less trip I have to make, and if I'm hunting solo, that's pretty important to me, because taking an elk out by yourself or even with just another hunter is a lot of work, and being able to minimize that and already have the pack that you need, that is the day pack and a frame pack all in one, makes this a great pack. So as I mentioned, comfort, and it also easily converts into a pack frame. It's two things I like. The other thing I really like about this pack is the simplicity of it. It doesn't have a whole lot of pockets for storage and a lot of gadgets to it. It's very simple, but it's sort of a frame in which you can, or a canvas in which you can paint the picture of how you want a pack to be. You can add on things to it. You can cinch things to the pack. Again, it certainly has no shortage of cinches. It cinches down really tight. Now, I don't have it loaded with all my elk gear, but I'll give you an idea. I would have no problem doing a 5 to 6 day hunt, taking everything I need if I'm just hunting off my back every day with me on this. I have my sleeping bag in here now, got my tent on the bottom, and I've hiked with quite a bit of gear on just to test it out, and I really liked it. In terms of cons, a couple of things quickly come to mind. Number one, for the price point, I think it should have came with a bladder. Bladders aren't that expensive. Nonetheless, I really think it should have came with a bladder. If you're hunting early season with this, even though it does have this curve to get it off your back somewhat, it's not quite the amount of ventilation I'm used to with some of my other packs, so it will get hot. You know, if you're hunting last week of August, first week of September in the mountains, or you just get a warm front to come in like we had last year, you're gonna get a little sweaty, especially with the extra padding around the hips. But again, I wouldn't trade that comfort for any amount of sweat. And the other thing that I really don't like, they have these clip-on pouches here for the hip frame. I wish there was a hip pocket. You can buy one, but I wish it came standard with this bag. And that's my main complaints about it. That's pretty minimal in terms of complaints. So we'll take a look now. I'll give you a close-up view of the inside of the pack. Okay, here's the pack as it sits. One thing I really like about this pack is that I can use it as check luggage. So again, looking for a full force multiplier, I can pack it full of all of my hunting gear and then check it as a check bag, not get charged oversized. I usually fly Southwest, and it's under 62 linear inches I can measure. So that's quite important to me as someone who flies out from the East Coast every year. If you're driving, that's probably not a concern. As you can see here, it does a great job. This is adjustable shoulder pack, so you can get it so it sits on your shoulders, but the majority of weight is distributed here on the hips. And I think this is the most important part of Mystery Ranch's new frame. This really sits well on the hips, and it distributes the weight there, so it's not tugging on your back. And you got the load lifters here to get it adjusted. It's got this extra pack up top. I don't even know if I'll hike with this on in the day, but it'll be good to carry on the airlines. And As I mentioned before, lots of cinch straps throughout the pack that you can use. I got my sleeping bag there on the bottom. It's got 2 nice pockets on each side. Let me undo the sleeping bag here so you can see. 2 nice pockets on each side. If you're a rifle hunter, you could easily put your rifle in here, cinch it right through there, and take it with you. Or if you're a bow hunter like myself, you can cinch your bow here on the back. I'm usually having my bow in my hand unless it's too dark to shoot, and but it's nice to have. I'll probably keep a extra bottle of water here. Again, it's got a pouch in here for the bladder. I'll show you that. It has 2 nice, or actually 3 nice external zippers. One, just a quick access zipper to this top compartment here, and then a larger, I don't know what they call it, I'd call it a 270-degree zipper. It starts here and just really opens up the pack all the way. Bear with me, I'm self-filming here. And then opens up the pack. I have my sleeping bag in there. But once you're inside, you can see really simple, a couple little zippers for some minor things. But again, I think the simplicity of the pack is what makes it nice. One other thing I forgot to mention, this thing really feels bulletproof. I'm very impressed with the quality. I'm hard on things, and I think it would be hard to pull a zipper here. The only trade-off is the material is a little loud. If you're brushing against some things, it might not be the quietest pack again, but you know, you can't have everything perfect. If you got something that's silent, it's probably gonna be easy to tear. Looking inside, again, lots of room, but pretty simplistic. You can store all your gear. If you're looking for 50 different compartments, probably not the pack for you. And then up on top here, there's another nice little pack. It's on this side, another zip pack where you get a quick access pack, maybe keep your first aid kit or something there. So anyway, hopefully that's a simple review, gives you an idea of what you're looking with here. I'm very happy with this pack for the price point. Again, I would like to see a bladder with it and maybe some accessories that came with it instead of having to order those afterwards. But nonetheless, so far I'm happy, and I'll let you know how it goes on the elk hunt this fall. Thank you.